hi, I'm Angel. Thanks for stopping by. I'm on the road again, up to Colorado. Spent some quality time with a good friend of mine and enjoying the drive in this Toyota Corolla. Might do a little review of it soon. None of that is what I wanted to talk about right now, though. What I wanted to talk about is reactions, responses, creativity, and manipulation. I was just thinking about how, actually I was thinking about a talk I saw a while back where a woman was pointing out that she had 5, I think, chairs with different colors, and she was pointing out, through the rainbow, maybe it was 7, I always think of 7 colors, but I think it was 5 chairs. She was just pointing out that there's always a level of vibration, a choice of what level of vibration that we communicate from, that we interact with from, that we bring into a room, and that stuck with me. I really like that idea, and I think of it fairly often. And then I was just thinking about how like the difference between reacting and responding, I've thought quite a bit. Reacting is reactionary in the moment. It's defensive usually, and responding is usually more thoughtful, has more time to it, is usually more steeped in logic, so there's not a lot of emotional. It gives the emotion time to simmer down so that you can use your logic processors and maybe even talk to people, so then have a response. But both of those are happen, and so they must be legitimate methods of navigating this beautiful thing we call life, right? That's my thought. And then I was thinking about again, that chair analogy, and how we have the choice when we're mindful to choose, instead of just being reactive or responsive to what other people are bringing to the table. We have the choice to bring a higher level of energy, a high vibration to our interactions. And when we choose that, we're opening the door, creating some space for creativity. We're leaving room for other people to raise their vibration, and well, you just never know what's going to happen. Of course, you never know what's going to happen. Anyway, but I do think the more we raise our level of vibration up into those higher levels, that the more possibilities there are for creativity, for the unknown to bloom into new things, which can be scary. Excuse me. I got a frog trying to jump up in my throat. And then I was thinking about how that compares to manipulation. Because I think as soon as we get attached to an outcome that we want, if we're trying to say, I'm going to go in that room and lift everyone's spirits, even though that is might seem like really good intentions, it starts to be manipulative, and it's kind of destined to backfire, so to speak. In my experience, usually, I just missed my favorite trees. I have a lot of favorite trees. I like to photograph. On my drive, I do some drive-by photography. Go figure. So anyway, I was just contemplating that, how I want to, my response, I think all of those are really valid, that we all do them, and to think that anyone is really better than the other is just kind of creating that labeling judgmentalness, because we all cycle through them. Now, I also think at the same time, might seem conflicting, that there is a hierarchy to that, and that holding space for creativity is my favorite, and what I aspire to do most often when I can be mindful enough to do that, to raise, and maybe to manipulate my own body and my own space, my own vibration, and to be mindful of not trying to manipulate other people's freedom of choice outside of that, because again, it just doesn't work. Like, it just tends, not only does it not work, but it tends to bring you or me straight out of that higher vibration. If you have an expectation and you start to put a lot of energy into that, which involves someone else's freedom of choice, and then they don't behave in the way that you were sure that you were successful in manipulating them to behave, or respond in the way you were planning on them responding for your whole little plan to work out, then you're liable to have your own energy plummet down as you grapple with your own attachment to expectations. So again, for me, one of my main goals lately is alignment first, and just thinking about how can I hold that creative space and respond and react as necessary. That's just part of life. And even, be manipulating things, because that's part of creativity on some level, but try to be really mindful that I'm not getting too attached to the outcomes of my manipulations, and that I'm mostly focused on manipulating my own body, mind, and spirit, because that's what's mine to manipulate. And I leave it to you to manipulate yourself into whoever you want to be. So that's my 2 cents for right now. I would love to know if you have any thoughts on that. It's just kind of a new lens of thinking for me, so I'm open to any input. I don't know how that came out, but anyway, if you would like to add something, I would love that. As always, I hope you give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my video. If you haven't, my video channel, gosh, I need more coffee, I think. Anyway, I wish you peace, prosperity, love, and laughter, lightheartedness. Don't forget to play every day, and please drive forward.